doing today? Yeah, so coming up with Half-Life 2. The timer won't start straight away. I'll let you know when to start timer. Yeah, let's just get into it. So straight away when the timer starts, I'm going to start save loading, and it's going to, if you remember the beginning of Half-Life 2, you're in a train. You can save load to delay the trains, and you'll get the two carriages to push into each other. And then when you've got the carriages pushed into each other, you can kind of just get one to push you outside the train. So you can skip like the minute cutscene that's going to come up as soon as we get control. And I'm getting that out of the way right now because right after that you're going to see the movement of the game, which is ABH and AFH. So that's the main movement in Half-Life 2. And it's basically accelerated hopping. So when Valve tried to fix b-hopping from Half-Life 1 and or Half-Life 2, the original version, so there's two versions of Half-Life 2. There's new engine and old engine. Old engine had bunny hopping, and new engine fixed it, but gave us the even more broken ABH. So basically, when you jump, you normally get a bit of speed. But to prevent you from going too quickly, they added it so it will give you negative velocity if you're over a certain cap. But if you go backwards or hold S, it'll give you positive velocity. So you can just build up exponential amounts of speed by going backwards. So you'll see here, we're going to be save loading a few times. I hope I don't mess this up, because I only have one shot at this. So we go, and yep, so we're getting clipped out of the train, and now we can start ABHing. So we're hopping backwards, and we're building up speed relatively quickly. After that, we're just going to launch to kind of just go around the map as quickly as we can. Coming up is another bit of cutscene, but we're going to be doing something else here. I have to make sure I go slow through this area, otherwise the game soft locks. But coming into the Barney cutscene, you're going to see us doing the main way that we speed up cutscenes that we're stuck in, and it's going to be bonking him in the head, and it's going to make him teleport. So basically, when you touch a prop on a NPC's head, it can kind of just teleport them forward like this and progress them through cutscenes faster. The game has like code to check if an NPC is stuck in a prop or whatever, and it just triggers if you touch them on the head in the right way. So we just do that to progress the cutscenes. Continuing to do that through here, and now it is nothing we could do. So we just different people have different things they like to do while they're waiting in this cutscene. I'm just going to stack some props up on this cabinet here. If anyone wants to say anything, if you got anything to say, just say it. I don't have anything to do now.
Absolutely. We have a couple of donations sitting here waiting. So we have $10 from Leaf. She says, I wasn't aware of this event, but very pleasantly surprised. Thanks to everyone involved, especially the unsung heroes behind the curtains. Oh, that's really nice. Thank you. We also have $10 from Nikasaur. ASM, are you prepped to face full life consequences? Good luck, Wilbo. Please put this donation to changing the logo to the host's choice of color. Oh, that's fantastic.
I'm thinking. Alex is around here somewhere.
Oh, let's go with purple. I like purple.
As long as he stays away from checkpoints, we should be okay. And I gotta go, Doc. We're taking enough chances as it is.
Oh, wow, I didn't even know that did that. Oh my god, that's so cool.
Okay, Gordon.
Okay, so coming out of the cutscene, we get to actually play the game. Oh, did I say start timer? Okay, thank God. I completely forgot to mention that. Yeah, so we're heading out, and we're going to just start hopping through here. So we're doing a thing called a save delete, which I'm not going to worry about explaining now. I'll explain it later on when we do it more. And then we're going to just kind of go through this guide here. Tells you to pick up the can. You can just go through them instead. It's fine. Just more movement coming up, basically. At the beginning of the game, we are currently in a state where we just can't take damage. So they want to make sure that you don't die at the very beginning of the game, so the guards can't kill you or something dumb happens like that. In this next map, it's meant to give us... You're meant to go touch a trigger that makes us take damage, or allows us to take damage. But we're going to go up these stairs really quickly so we can get over this guard and not touch the trigger that lets us take damage. So we still can't die yet. So this sets up for the biggest diff of the run. This is like a 5-minute time save. It saves 5 minutes of cutscene on the next map. So we're going to grab a prop and we're just going to jump off this building, and we're going to set up for something called Bill's Big Thrill. So a casual player of this game streamed playing Half-Life 2, and he accidentally touched a prop onto a vehicle's tire. And what happens is basically, if you do it perfectly, the prop will just start floating, and then if you go into the prop, you'll start floating as well. So The crazy thing is this isn't the, the worst part of it. So we've set ourselves up in a way that this game uses two different physics engines. So it's got the Source one and the Havoc one. And they basically, it means you've got two different hitboxes that is now disjointed when you crouch. So if we put our box in a position and then we touch it with a prop, it'll start us floating again like we were before. And if we touch a prop while we're crouched, we'll teleport to where that box is.
Dr.
So
Freeman, I presume.
what this means is we can set a prop at the end of this level, which is what we're going to do, when we've set our position. And it also saves velocity when you do that, by the way, when you crouch. So we're gonna start by touching this and we're going to float again. And then we're going to go up here because we're trying to set a position that's really far away. So when we go into the next map, we're going to be touching a prop as we go to the change level trigger. And doing this is going to teleport us as we change level. So we're going to get all the speed that we had just then, the 2,000 units per second, if you can see in the bottom, that's what that number is. We're going to have all that speed, and we're going to be going into the next map. Normally, and we're going to be teleported there at the same time as we change level. So we're kind of just going to go over the lab with Dr. Kleiner and all the 5 minutes of glorious cutscene there. It's kind of amazing that this skip exists because it's contingent on a bunch of niche interactions that aren't used anywhere else in the run. So it's a really cool little thing. So, yeah. I have to line up really precisely here to drop this in the perfect spot. So I have 1 unit of Leviant, or 0.01. So there, drop it, and now I'm going to pause when I go into the next level just so I can... and we're here. Yeah. We're going to try and slope off this roof. So in this game, if you touch a slope with a lot of speed, you'll kind of just slope off it and you won't die. It's called slope bugging. It's kind of weird. We're not getting it, which is a bit of a problem. There we go. All right. So coming up, something that it's just like a hard bit of movement that I really like doing. And then we're going to do another save delete. So going back to what save deleting is, we did it once earlier in the run. That was just to get our FOV higher, and also it saves a tiny bit of time. It deletes a door. But basically, when you make a save, and then you delete it, and then you try and reload that save, the game will spawn you onto a default save that it has printed onto the map, basically. We don't actually have to delete a save anymore. We don't have to do any menuing. We just make a save with an invalid file name. So it's a series of 300 A's as the file name. And it can't save it properly and it can't load it. So it doesn't, it just puts you onto the default one. I'm trying to go into these with a bunch of velocity to kind of just break them. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's kind of random. Eventually we got it though. So we're coming here and then we're going to save load and create an invalid save. And then we're with the suit and the crowbar and all the stuff we need to continue the run. This next map's got a bit of a cool damage boost here, so like in a lot of games, when you take damage in Half-Life 2, it can boost you, especially with explosions. It does it to a pretty crazy degree, so here we just kind of boost up, and we launch off a bin to get onto this invisible wall. Oh, no. And then we're going to do a slope bug onto this pallet here. And then we can grab it, and we can use this pallet to slope up here, and to save a little bit of time. Then again, we're going to be hopping on this train, and we're going to slope off the train to get to the end of the level. Hold on. So, oh no. There's a lot of loading back because it's a little bit hard. So we're just going to slope and go right to the end and land that little crevice there to not take damage. Yeah. So coming up, it's just more movement through here, basically. Just more little slopes and stuff to try and get ourselves around places as fast as we can. Ooh, finally a little break. So, yeah, a lot of the movement of this game is just ABHing around. If you look at the beginning of every time I start ABHing, we have to wait for all these to drop down before they can blow up and actually let us go through. Otherwise, they just won't explode if you shoot them. It doesn't matter. But most of the time when I start ABHing, you'll see I kind of spin myself around. Actually, before I get to that, Here we're just going to hop on the floor there. It kind of sticks you to it, so you can hop like 10 times in a row and get max speed. But yeah, you'll see here I do it. So I spin around at the beginning of my jump, and this just is a way of getting a bit more speed to start my jump with, and I'm not doing it well enough. There we are. That'll do. Oh no. So yeah, one of the ways that we AFH though, or AFH stands for accelerated forward hop, just to clarify. So that means that while normally to get speed from hopping you have to go backwards, we just give a backwards input as we touch the ground, so it gives us forward momentum instead, because it thinks that we're going backwards. We used to do that by just tapping S as we touch the ground. We found out there's an easier way to do it. You can use a space modifier key, so that's if I press the key down and I move my mouse, I'll move a little bit, but like just a tiny bit. So it's just easier to do, to just move your mouse down a tiny bit while you're pressing while you're pressing that key down, to make it much easier. Because otherwise you have to be very precise with how you press S, because it's easy to lose too much speed. So onto Canals 03 now. This map is a complete pain because the manhacks are random in where they spawn and how they behave a little bit. And also, the game can crash if you drop a prop. So if you drop one of those boxes at the same time a manhack breaks it. So it's kind of scary. And this jump is deceptively difficult. That's like actually probably the hardest singular jump in the game. For some reason, it's just really precise with when you have to jump to actually get over that pallet. When I'm under the water right now, I'm sprinting. If you start sprinting before you touch the water, you're able to keep it in the water. But if you don't, then you can't sprint underwater. So we just make sure that we do that to keep ourselves going as quickly as we can. After we're through with this map, we're basically going to be onto the boatless section of the run. So you know how in... Oh, actually, this is a prop climb. I did one of these earlier and I didn't think about it. So when you jump on a prop, you can grab it underneath yourself, and then you can just like repeat that behavior over and over again to bring the prop up underneath you. So you just keep on gaining height under it. We only do that a few times, but... So yeah, we're coming up to the section of the run where you'd normally get the airboat. So we don't, because the airboat moves much slower than we can. And we have ways of skipping through all the points of the game where it tries to check that you've got an airboat. So we're going to start by just... oh, except for one point. We will actually get the airboat for one little moment. But either way, normally, after you go through here, we're meant to go just to our left over there. But we're not going to. Instead, we're just going to hop into the toxic goo. Oh, no. I forgot to turn off the white flash. It's fine. Anytime we're in the goo, there's just going to be white flashes. You can turn that off by modifying a game file, but I forgot about it, so I guess everyone's going to have to deal with that. So you can enjoy, I don't know, the nice disorientating white flashes. Oh no. Okay, that works. Yep, so coming up here, we're about to do another save delete to get ourselves the airboat. When you get in or out of the airboat, you have no clip for a very brief period of time. We're going to abuse this by basically, there's a box here that anything inside the box is kept onto the next level and everything outside of it is deleted. So we're going to go here and the change level trigger is right here, and we're going to get in the boat to skip through the change level trigger, and then we're going to turn the boat here and line it up so the box is just on the ground there. So if we put the airboat up here, it's not inside the box anymore, so we can get out of it. And the airboat's outside of the box, so it gets deleted, which means that while we're leaving the airboat, we're still in no clip, and it doesn't check, so we get to keep no clip out here. Unfortunately, we can't change levels with no clip, so we have to instead touch this little barnacle here, and he'll put us back into the normal state a little bit. So we're kind of half still in no clip now is the issue. So we can not be hit by bullets anymore. When we touch a wall and there's a prop in front of it, we'll kind of just go through the wall a little bit. You'll see that in a minute. And yeah, we just generally have some weird stuff happening. So we can clip through floors, clip through walls, and we don't take damage to bullets. We still take damage to fall damage and explosions and stuff like that. So we're not completely invincible. Other than that, though, going through the rest of Boatless is just going to be us hopping around doing the movement of the game. So this map, somehow, everyone else sucks at it. Never mind, I suck at it too. Yeah, I don't know. Oh my god. I really suck at it. What happened there was there are certain parts of the ground that if you touch, you'll just lose all your speed. So we kind of hit one of those there and lost all our speed. It's a little bit random with when it happens and how it happens, but it just kind of is what it is. Yeah. So going through the tunnels, just making sure what much speed as we can is all that is really going on over here. Oh, that's not great. That's really not great. That's, yeah, okay. So we're just trying to make sure that we can, oh, if we land in the water, we won't take full damage as well. That's the other way we've been surviving stuff. So if I land here, if there's any amount of water, we just won't take any full damage. So we just lift that. It's alright. So yeah, you're gonna see the first instance of quick clip here. We kind of just go into a wall with a prop in front of it and we just go through. That's because we got no clip earlier and we touched the barnacle afterwards, so we're still half in no clip, kinda.
Effectively, his hitbox has become desynced, and he can just, well, go down walls, and that's going to be used a lot in this run.
Yep. That checkpoint there is meant to check that you've got the airboat. We just go through the walls though. And then coming up is Chile launch here. This is like just like a famous launch.
What was the song?
Hop hop wiggle pop. As I made sure he always wants me to say that. Yes, that was first done by Chilean Such. Shout outs to him. Really cool runner of the game from back. Doesn't really play it so much anymore, but you know. Oh no, I lost all my speed. So coming up to the end of boat list, this is the last map of it, or the, I guess second last, but the last map's tiny, so.
How'd Red Letter Day go?
We got it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Red Letter Day skip's generally pretty hard, because it's weird. It just doesn't, it's, that Red Letter Day skip being the big flying skip at the start. I don't know, remember if I said that was what it was called, but yeah. So coming up, we're going on to the Eli Map. There is a big cutscene on that map. There's a way to skip like half of it, but when you skip half of it, you save load for like 2 minutes. So you're just trading out cutscene time for save load time. So I'm gonna not do that.
It only saves game time too, doesn't it?
Yeah, some people it saves a little bit of real time. It depends on the computer though.
Yeah. So you're gonna need these barrels.
Wait, I don't do this because I'm not doing the fast track. Never mind. I go in like this. Yeah. So yeah, we're just kind of waiting now. If you got anything to say, now's a good time. Otherwise, I can just make some stuff up.
Oh, look, I always like to talk. Just a reminder to everyone that HyperX are our major sponsor for this event, and it's terrific to have them on board to support the Game on Cancer initiative. HyperX make fantastic headsets, microphones, keyboard, mice, and plenty more products. So no matter what you play, if you're into gaming, they have something for you. All right, back over.
All right. So yeah, we've just got this little thing here. We're going to use it to just teleport Mossman in 1 second, just to save a bit of time in the cutscenes like we did earlier in the game. Getting over from point A to B a little bit faster.
Yeah, effectively when you, I don't know if you, oh.
Oh no.
Oh. Well, yeah, when you bonk people, they get stuck, so it works better with a flat prop as well. Flat and long props. Ooh, nice.
So, yeah, this map, like, it's really easy to get to the end of it, so if we, like, only need to get to the end of the map to skip it, it would be really easy to do. We can just actually just go there straight away. We can just clip through all the floors, clip through the walls, but it doesn't matter, because the level won't change unless Alex shuts the last door of the map. So, no matter what we do, unless she does that, there's nothing we can do to save any time.
See, that head bonking thing works in real life too. Because I'm pretty sure if you bonked someone, they would move, right? I'm sorry.
Yeah. So we're setting up some props. Basically, we're going to try and get two different parts of this cutscene to play at the same time to save a little bit of time in it. So it's clipping through all the floors here. looking at the Vortigern chefs and then going back down, or going further down. We're going to clip, go into this room, and basically going in there. Mossman's meant to go in there later, and it like triggers a second part of the cutscene to start. So now Eli's just talking to us through that part.
You going to draw something?
Here's Eli now.
Nah, I've got to block Mossman. I've got to.
Oh, true, yeah.
So we have to block Mossman to prevent her from going in, because otherwise it'll like override the part of the cutscene that we started. So we're trying to get both parts to properly start. So we keep her blocked for a minute. Sometimes she likes to teleport, but it looks like she's behaving. And now Alex spawns. You'll hear everyone talking over each other. I think Eli talks twice at the same time at some point. So.
Welcome to the lab anyway. I guess you proved you can handle yourself out there. It's going to be a lot more like
So if you're trying to follow the plot of this game, sorry. Probably chose the wrong run.
We'll get you out of that hazard back into your lab coat.
Again, we're just going to teleport anyone that we can. I don't think these ones actually save time, but what else am I going to do?
Draw.
I don't know.
Take a look at this, Gordon.
And Eli encourages us to take a look around the map, take a look at all the different things around, which, you know, you'd really want to do, wouldn't you? You want to see all the cool stuff looking around. If you look at any of them, it delays the cutscene, so it's worse. This is what I imagine anyone typing in Twitch chat looks like. He's got a new message going. There he is. What do you reckon this guy's favorite emote is?
Alex,
I feel like he likes some weird stuff. Like he doesn't like any of the normal emotes that people like. He'd like, I don't know. What's an emote that nobody uses?
I have the repairs well in hand. Someone misjudged the capacity of the combine.
Pipe?
I didn't even know there was an emote. There you go. See?
I just thought of one.
All right.
It's a calculation error, not a mechanical problem.
Then maybe you should let me do the calculations next time.
So yeah, we're just kind of chilling here, waiting. There's nothing we can do.
Sometimes I think you deliberately misunderstand me.
Coming up, we are going to set up a bit of a thing. So I don't know how this works. Basically, we block certain parts of Alex's path in the next room, and it's going to make her. She's meant to go up to like one of these keypads, like she does here, to open the next door. If all goes well, she will open it from further away. She'll kind of like look like she's using a remote control or something, and she'll open it that way. Oh, we got to clip through this though first. There we are.
There you go.
So yeah, we're just going to position some props in some places. Additionally, when we go on to the next map, we're meant to go through like a massive like map section. You know, it's the
Ravenholm.
No, not Ravenholm. Just before Ravenholm, it's when you've got dog and all that stuff in the backyard, and you get the gravity gun. We're gonna skip all of that. We didn't get the remote control, but we're gonna try and teleport Alex up the hill anyway. So yeah, when you get the gravity gun and all that, we're gonna skip that. We don't need the gravity gun until the very end of the game, so we're just not gonna get it. So instead we just clip through and we go straight through to Ravenholm instead of messing around in there at all. If we can clip through.
Yeah, if anybody remembers Ravenholm and how, I guess, creepy it was, you don't have to worry because we literally go over Ravenholm.
I mean, we can't go to it.
Yeah, we don't go to Ravenholm.
So we're going to take a nade, and we're going to do another explosion boost here. So we're just going to... Oh, that's fine. That's not fine. There we are. Just going to launch up and slope off all these roofs. There's invisible floors there that we're hopping on just to get across.
There'll be another explosive boost in a bit here.
Yeah, there's a couple more. So we're just basically combining quick clip and the explosive boost to get through as quickly as we can. Get through everything.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, some of these quick clips are just finicky and they just don't like to work. It's nothing much.
Hitbox not going deep enough.
Yeah, it's kind of just, sometimes they just stop here. So I'm going to put this here, and we're going to do a double boost. So this is a little bit more tricky because you got to time everything together. The shooting the SMG nade and the sprinting forward and the jumping. Everything's going to be timed together, so it can take a few tries to get. Not this many tries.
Yeah, may take a little sometimes. This one's pretty tricky.
There we are, that's better.
And surf off that roof and straight over.
Yep, so we have 51 HP. This nade's going to do 50 damage to us, so we've got the perfect amount. Oh, never mind, 49. I don't know what I'm talking about. See, I had so much leeway there. I was completely wrong to be concerned. So yeah, coming down, we're just going to land on all these slopes to make sure that we don't take full damage, and then ideally we can slope up here. Yeah, nice. And just get over everything that we can. Little bit of an optimization is you don't get stuck in them. Normally you can go down to that pit. We can stand on this to just drop down through the barrel instead. Because when you stand in a prop when you're in quick clip, you're just going to keep on gaining velocity downwards. Just kind of the way it works. Oh, that's not good. So we're just doing another nade boost here just to get up this hill a little bit faster. And we're done with Ravenholm. So coming out, this is the section with the snipers and stuff. We're gonna, again, continue ignoring everything. Gonna try and go under the train. Didn't get it, unlucky. Definitely not bad. And we're just gonna keep on clipping and going through everything we can. Coming into coast, boatless that we went through earlier where we skipped the airboat and coast are basically the two major movement sections of the run. They're the two parts that are almost entirely down to how well you can move and how well you can do the...
Coast is just really beautiful though, how fast you go. So yeah, not going to use the car. Car's all ready for you, dude.
I feel like the car might have been a bit faster than the way I'm doing this. This is terrible. There we go. So there's that big part on this map where you go around. We're just going to hop across the water and just if we hold space in water, we kind of lose less speed. So we can just... It's called sharking. We just shark across the water there, and we get across much faster than going around. So we do that, and we're just going to continue hopping around like this, sloping off everything that we can to get up and around to everything we can. Even if something's just a tiny bit angled, if you have speed going into it, you'll just not take damage a lot of the time.
It's the same with water too. If anybody ever has played a Source game, you can land in water that's literally 1 unit high, fall from 10,000 stories. No damage.
Yep, we got caught on a little wall here, so I just had to do that again. But then we're just going to launch over here. Coming up is a strat that nobody else does this way. I launch off that rock. People who do the launch later on are dead. It's just a tiny bit faster. It's not really anything significant, but fun little way. Oh no. Yeah, sometimes stuff just doesn't slope you as well, though. So, it is. Yeah. Oh, no.
Ooh.
Yeah, this hill's a bit awkward. It doesn't like to slope sometimes. There we go. Second try. Not too bad. Okay, and coming into Coast 11, this map's... Or not Coast 11 yet. Next map is, though.
I think, yeah.
It is. This map's not, but yeah. This is Coast 10, I guess.
So there's a trigger down here that he needs to touch, and then he can continue forward.
Yeah, so I'm just going back to touch the change level trigger, and then we're going to kind of go over this map as well. So we can kind of hop around like this, and then we get up here onto this invisible wall stuff again. I'm going to carefully try and Okay. Sometimes if you go onto some weirdly angled terrain, you'll just get 3 hops in a row, and you'll get way too much speed. Fun. Oh my god. Does that work? No. Okay, I'm gonna do it back from here. Sometimes it's just a bit awkward. It kind of happens.
Minor fracture detected.
There we go. Okay. I didn't mean to drop down here, but whatever. Just gonna climb onto this seam and jump around. Any OT runners? Shadow Temple early is what we call that, because of the similarities to how it looks on that little seam to Shadow Temple early from OT.
There's a tiny little crack.
And we're landing on the back of a wall there to prevent fall damage. For some reason, it just stops you completely and doesn't let you take fall damage if you land on the back of a wall. Last map of coast here. We're going to try and do a bit of a launch. Not too bad. If you get really good launches, you can get straight into the pipe here. If you get 2 good launches, you're way over the pipe, so we'll take the okay launch that we got.
So, Nova Prospect.
Yep, coming into prison. So, prison, I guess, if coast and boatless are characterized by their movement and Ravenholm is characterized by the explosive boost, then prison is all about quick clipping and just getting through the walls as much as we can. So, in pretty much every map, we're just going to be trying to just go through the walls and not actually play the game at all. We're trying to do a prop climb here. When you have quick clip, prop climbs kind of work a bit different, and they can be a bit finicky. And we're going to clip through that wall. The change level on this is just a tiny bit delayed, so we have time to set up these boxes, and then we can wait for it to change and clip through.
Putting that box there, making it sort of a more square area to jump against makes the clip easier.
And I'm going to launch off that turret there. The back of it's slanted, so we can just use it to launch. 10 HP. I think I need more. I don't know. For sure. Play it safe. We are going to do a nade boost here, so I just had to make sure that I had enough HP to not die. I'm breaking all the boxes there to get more. Yeah, another explosion boost here. We're just going to go up and quick clip through here. Almost all these maps have a bunch of stuff that we're kind of just going through or by without touching in any way. So it's a bit of a weird circumstance. Okay, not on this map. Okay, the guard decided he wanted me to not clip that wall. Not on this map, but on the next one, where there's going to be a strat that I think is PC dependent. So I'm going to try and do it, and if it doesn't work, then I'll do a different one. But I want to see if it does work. So basically, for some reason, different computers seem to have different outcomes with this particular boost, this particular explosion boost. We're going to do a setup for it. That is not going to work. That will. So I'm going to grab this, and we're going to set up just here. And we're going to see if we can get this launch to work. It's close. I think it will work. It's not doing the thing it normally does when it doesn't work. Normally, it will just kill you. But yeah, we got it. So we got up. This PC works the same as mine in some way.
So this prop clip here is a bit finicky. You got to go pretty far. Nice.
Yeah. You got to drop that sprint and then jump and re-grab it to get that clip to work. So it's a bit hard to set up, and then sometimes it just doesn't work.
And when it went through that force field there, that only works because there was a metal sort of frame behind it.
Yeah, so we can't put props against any of the force fields or whatever, so we just have to use the walls behind them if there's any to go through. My HP's fine. I'm concerned because there's some strats that I'm not doing that are just slower in real time, because in Half-Life 2 we time based on game time. So there's a couple strats that we do that are just a tiny bit faster in game time, but slower in real time. So I'm just trying to make sure that I have the HP to do all of them, because there I take 15 extra damage that I wouldn't in a normal run. Oh. the route through prison and actually a lot of the games, so like Coast as well before and Ravenholm, is very much determined by where we want to get nades and how many nades we can have. So I'm trying to be careful with the routes that I take and how many nades I have basically. It's carefully planned out for what we need. Now we need a lot of HP. So we're coming up to another cutscene here. We're going to try and skip through some of it. Again, we're going to try and get multiple parts of the cutscene to be playing at the same time. Same kind of stuff. So we're going to clip down into the floor here. So we put a prop inside us and then we save load once. Basically, if the game detects you're inside something, it'll push you down a little bit. And then we're going to boost ourselves up with a bunch of explosives to get us a bunch of speed. And when we're in a wall, the game doesn't change our velocity, so we get to keep it. And we save load. And every time we save load, we're progressing a little bit of time. So just save loading through the wall here until we can get out the other side. But before we do, we want to move this turret because this will trigger the
combines to spawn, yeah.
Yeah, and trigger the holdout sequence to start a bit earlier. So we'll do that, and these guys will start spawning. So this is meant to start a massive holdout sequence, right, where all the guards are going to start coming in, but they'll actually only spawn if you kill all 3 of these guys. So we're just going to leave one of them alive for the entire time, and he's just going to stop everyone else from spawning. He's got us.
That prop there blocks Mossman later on too.
So Mossman's going to try and use that panel, and when she does, it's going to make the elevator go faster in whichever direction it's going. So we're going to use a specific setup here. We're going to time it so it will make the elevator go down like instantly. Also, Alex is meant to be here, but she just doesn't come through. On Steam version she does, but on this version she doesn't, so it's just kind of a version difference. Yeah. Speaking of which, I'm playing on ghosting mod. This is a version of Half-Life 2 that's older than the Steam release, so it's before... yes, it's an older version, basically.
And it adds like a lot of quality of life things for speedrunning, like the in-game timer and that velocity meter there, which you can do on Steam, but that tiny little white text up in the corner, that's your velocity, if you don't have that UPS.
Yeah. Additionally, ghosting mod is 5 seconds faster than the Steam version. There is another version that's playable called Source Unpack. It's the version that Portal runners use to play Portal. But for Half-Life 2, for some reason, on Bill's Big Thrill on Red Letter Day Skip at the very beginning of the run, like 30% of the time, it'll just lag your game out to hell, and you won't be able to play. So we're looking here. This elevator's changing color, so we're just going to wait. It goes blue, red, and then it's going to go blue again, and now it's going to go red. And on that timing, we're going to move this prop and allow Mossman to interact with the panel. And this is going to get us the elevator set up. So now we're basically just done with this cutscene. We're just going to wait for it to play out.
And the guy really wants you dead.
Yeah. So, as I mentioned earlier, I can't die to bullets.
Yeah.
He's just shooting me.
Yeah, with that, like, hitbox physics desync thing, yeah, you just don't take bullet damage.
We're going to be careful of his nades, though.
Really anymore. Yeah, the nades will do damage. Fortunately, taking explosive damage is quite beneficial, though.
Yeah. You'll see that again in one more second, actually. We're going to do another boost. So another interaction with the quick clip with our physics boxes being desynced is the elevator that we're meant to ride up doesn't collide with us. So we kind of have to work out a different way up the shaft. You'll see it here. Technically, we can ride the elevator. We have to jump first tick we land every time we touch the elevator. And if we do that perfectly, we can ride it up. So we'll try it. I don't think we're going to have much success. So. Oh, the reason I didn't want all the guards to spawn, by the way, because normally you wouldn't be too concerned because we can't take any damage, right? It's that these guards can all kill Eli when he's in the elevator. Oh, well, I didn't land the first jump, so we're definitely not doing that.
What, you can't do tick perfect jumps?
I forgot to jump. That was the issue. It's not even the tick perfect. I didn't even get to that part. I forgot to press the jump button. Yeah, so instead we just do a nade boost up here, and we're just inside the trigger that changes the level here. So we go through, and we change the level. And now we're back in Kleiner's lab, where you would have seen if we didn't skip the cutscene at the beginning of the game. So we're going to move this thing. We can't move it with our hands because it's too heavy, so we use the right click of this gun, and we line it up correctly, right?
It's not playing too nice right now.
This is the setup I always use. I don't know. Maybe I'm just bad. Yeah, so there we go. We're through there, and we're coming up. You guys are ready for the... Wait, hold on. Do we even see him? I don't know if we see him. Anyway, we're just going to do another nade boost here. I was going to say that this is like the one time we see Dog on the run, but I don't know that we actually do. Yeah, so we're just doing a nade boost there to hop over that. There's... Oh my god, okay, I got bonked in the wrong direction by that. Oh no. I didn't make any saves either. Okay, whatever, it's fine. We're back there now. Yeah, again, just more like sloping up stuff. We're in City 17 now. So, we're meant to like have like a whole squad following stuff, and that's like the whole mechanic of this. But that's like completely useless and doesn't help you at all. So we're just going to ignore that and just continue clipping through walls like we have been for the entire game and ignoring everyone that we come across. Ooh, almost died. So coming up, another double explosive launch. We're going to use a nade and SMG nade again. So it's... I don't know if we're going to have any luck with this one. This one's hard too, but... okay, I don't know how I died that time.
Almost.
There we are.
There you go.
And right into the room here, and now we're just going to clip down to the bottom of the map again. Yeah, a lot of this is just walking into props and waiting for it to clip you down. Coming up with some of the more annoying clips in the run, though. We're coming into this map where... I guess we'll see it when we get to it. This little pile of rubble here that our fella on the other side, he's gonna blow it up for us, isn't he? We're just gonna go through though. Yeah, I'm sure you will. So we're just gonna continue going through there. Oh no, that's bad. Messed up the movement there. I messed it up again. Wait, what am I doing wrong? Hold on. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna ignore it. Normally I go for a different strat there, but I'll just clip through like that. It's fine. Doesn't matter. Either way. So we don't have the gravity gun at all yet because we skipped over that. But when we get to the end of the very end of the game, we're going to need it. So there's a point coming up, not actually super soon, but in a bit, where we're going to save delete one more time to get us the gravity gun and allow us to use it for the end of the run. I'll let you guys know when that happens. I don't know. I'm just running out of things to talk about. There's a couple of strats here that are really cool that we don't get to do on this map. Or, well, conceptually cool. They're like horrible to do. But there's like some cool ideas on this map, but they're not quite fast enough to be good. Instead, we're just going to do a nade boost coming up in a second. We used to do like a crazy triple nade boost. We used a barrel, and a grenade, and an SMG nade. But we found out you can just use this nade and slope like... Oh, okay, I messed up. I loaded back when I wasn't meant to. You just use this nade and slope up if you get enough speed. Some of these nade boosts are just finicky.
It's all about the timing with these, so it's like...
Yeah, this one's really precise because you're trying to land the slope in like a really specific way.
Yeah.
It's like I'm sloping off at a bunch of these times, but I'm losing too much speed on the slope, or I'm not getting angled high enough. There we are.
There you go.
Do I have enough HP for this? Okay, I guess. That's a way to find out. You just... If you die, you die, you know? It's roll the dice. Coming through, we're gonna try and slope up this. Is it high enough? No. Good damn. Let's try again. Okay. We'll just slope like this then. And we'll just head over this wall. A lot of the walls in this game are just a little bit higher than they actually look like. There's like an invisible wall that goes a bit higher. That's one of those instances. So yeah, we're going through. We shoot once there because it makes these guards open that door faster for some reason. Then we're going to put this turret in a position here, and we're going to line up pretty precisely on the floor. And on a dot on this wall here. And then we're going to try and do a nade boost there to get a good launch over there.
Nice. That one doesn't like to work sometimes, so...
It can be a bit precise. Okay, do the slower strat here again. Yeah, this is another room where there's a strat that's just slower in real time. It actually shouldn't be, but the save loads in that one part are really weird because of like the audio playing or something. So it just kind of breaks the game a little bit. And it makes the save load so slow. So instead we're just going to clip through there and we're going to do it that way. Moving up the stairs. We finally picked up the rocket launcher as well, so we have another way to boost ourselves with explosives. So
what else, man?
I don't know.
What else do we talk about?
I mean, I'm just trying to move through the maps. There's a few things in this game that are just kind of random for some reason. Like, the cars spawn in slightly random positions, so sometimes they can just block you and make your route awful. Like, you just have to go around everything for some reason that normally you just don't have to. But, we got lucky. Well, it wasn't super unlucky at the very least. There we launch off a dumpster. So basically, like, dumpsters is just, like, at a really good height to angle off, so we just launched off it to get a really good launch up. Coming through. We're about to do the save delete to get ourselves the gravity gun, and save deleting, like I said, it puts you into like a pre-made save, effectively. So what that means is we're going to lose quick clip, so there's going to be no more clipping through walls for the rest of the round.
Yeah, the game just has data like if it can't find a save, it just makes you one. So
yeah, so we make a save with an invalid name, like I said previously, and we're just going to load it. And then we try and load it, and the game can't, so it gives us a fake save. So we're keeping on going through. Coming up is like the hardest skip of the run. Not right now, but like onto the next map. So it's going to be a little bit tricky. Oops. Why don't I go back? Wait, where? Wait, hold on. Sorry, I got lost there. So yeah, we're going to line up here, and we're going to wait for one of these little scanners. I'm going to pull them in. No, come on. Come. There we are. We're just going to drop a nade. And basically, normally you're meant to go through a pod here, but we're going to... we're not in a pod right now. I'm sure you can tell. And because we're holding the scanner, we aren't going to get put in a pod if all goes well. It didn't go well. Imagine it did, because I can't fix that.
Nice, dude, you got it.
Wait, I didn't even make this save correctly. Okay, double ignore this. Listen, we got another glitch to get no clip here. It's called typing in console and doing it. I really want to show this, so I want to do it. It doesn't matter that much if I didn't, but...
that one you can't really back up, so...
I mean, I could just let the cutscene play out, but it's like 3 minutes long and it's not fun, so...
True.
Instead... so instead we're going to do a rocket launch here. So we're doing a crouching circle strafe, which is a specific way to start a hop sequence, basically, that gets you a lot of speed, and a rocket launch at the same time. We're going to try and get this right. For some reason I wasn't. Oh, I don't have that on. Ignore that wall there. That wasn't real. That was just a setting I had changed wrong. Oh no. So yeah, this is Citadel 02 skip. It's just a bunch of really hard movement that you've got to do because you're meant to be in a pod over all this, but you can get out of it if you don't mess up what I messed up. And then the very end of it here is this massive launch up. Oh no, that was actually perfect. But I bonked my head. There we are. So the massive launch up here, and you're onto the rails here, and now you just last stop's up here. So yeah, this like takes this map down from being like 3 minutes guaranteed to if you don't mess it up, it can be like 40 seconds.
The upgraded gravity gun here.
Yep, so the gravity gun's going to upgrade here. We can preserve our weapons, but I think I'm not close enough to the fizzler. Basically, it tries to take all your weapons away and fizzle them, but if you can get into the... Yeah, no, I'm not going to make it. Ah, whatever. Yeah, so we're just going to grab them all up because it speeds up the cutscene animation here. But they're all gone, actually. Yeah, so if you're right next to the fizzler, you can re-grab all the guns for some reason. So we've got the blue gravity gun now.
The fizz gun from Gmod.
It's better because it's blue. So we're just gonna... Normally you do a nade launcher in here because you preserve one of your guns, but we can just strafe around if I'm not bad. There we are. Yeah, so there's just a few strats that's gonna be like a tiny bit unoptimal, but it's not like a massive deal. It's like 10 seconds, I want to say, for the rest of the run. I'm not getting any other guns. It's like nothing. Yep, so hopping through. This is like an ancient strat. This strat is like so old. The setup we use for this is prehistoric.
Yeah, this one...
It's called Orb Launch. Basically, you put an orb underneath this prop and you launch. And I messed up.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, you can take bullet damage again, by the way.
Yeah, because we don't have a quick clip. We can take damage, we can die, we can not clip through walls. Stuff doesn't just randomly break. All kind of good things. So we're coming to another pod ride. This one we can't skip, so we're going to be forced to sit here in a pod for a while. We can skip one of the pods, or we can just jump into this one. If we have the rocket launcher, we can skip another one as well, but we don't. So now if you've got anything to say, now's a good time.
Absolutely. We have a couple of donations that have come through. We've got $10.77 from T-Bob. This money was put aside for Stylinoid's run, and I hope he gets well soon. Thank you all for the great marathon, and good luck to the rest of the runners. Donation goes to Runner's Choice, but we only have the ending speech left, so put it towards that, I assume?
Nah, don't. No. No, yeah, put it towards that.
And we also have $50 from Katie Latte, who says Celeste.
Celeste, indeed. Looking forward to that run.
Gonna get no clip again here in a moment.
Yeah. So okay, I was gonna leave that, but okay. I guess we'll talk about it now.
Oh. Sorry.
So basically, I actually got like 5 more minutes to chill. Let's talk about something else. Liam, tell me, where were you? Why were you late? I'm putting my shoe back on, by the way, because I tried to put it on my head earlier.
Wasn't paying attention to the schedule and saw it got pushed forward, and I was with a friend. I was like, oh, gotta get over there quick.
Unbelievable, this guy. That's fine. Yeah, so it's just like 5 more minutes of waiting. The end of this game is loaded with cutscenes. Oh wait, we get to see some phenomenal graphics from 2004. What did I miss? No, yeah, wait, where is it? Where are the windows? Did I miss it already?
I don't know.
No, they're coming up. Yeah, look at that. Oh my god, it looks so good. There we are. What a cityscape.
Oh, look at all that JPEG.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Source uses TIFF, doesn't it? No, VTF, valve texture file.
I have no clue. I just play the game. I don't know anything about it. Yeah, so we get to wait more. This is where this version of the game saves 5 seconds, by the way. On Steam version, there's a cutscene where this guy like grabs the gun from you physically, and it takes 5 more seconds. So that's the time difference between this and Steam version. But Steam version's also just weird, and it doesn't work so well. So it's better to play this version anyway. It like can have random FPS drops depending on the computer, and it can be weird.
How's your Adelaide trip been?
It's been not too bad, man. Not too bad.
Yeah.
It's a good city. No, like seriously, it's like a nice place. I'm really glad I came.
Looking forward to going home tomorrow because I'm not.
Dude, I just want to. I visited my mom a week before this, and then I came here, right? And like the entire 2 weeks, I'm like, man, I just want to go home and play Dota. Like that's where my brain's at. So yeah, now we get to introduce to all the characters that we skipped in cutscenes. By the way, we got Breen and stuff. We haven't really seen anything of him. And I guess we saw a bit of Eli. We only skipped like half of his stuff.
If I'd known you were going to come straight up to my office, I would.
Yeah, so this is like the ending cooldown of the run. There's just nothing that happens. You get a massive cutscene. You get monologued at while you're panicking about whether you PB or not. Because there's like one thing left that you can mess up.
Yes, Judith, what is it?
The bargain we should be making is for Eli's life.
And it's like, it's a lot longer, you know, it's like, we've got a long time to wait here. You know, I've got nothing to say anymore, I'm just done. We could just sit in silence, and just sit in silence, stare at the camera.
I can always jump in if that's alright then.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Oh. Alright,
Please
sorry to
save
break
me.
the long monologue silence, but just to remind everyone, we are AusSpeedruns. We are a group doing speedruns, to raise money for charity. For this event, we're raising money for Game On Cancer, a charity which funds early career cancer researchers who are working across all areas of cancer research. So, if you'd like to get those donations in, we still have a little bit of the runs left to go. You can go to donate.ausspeedruns.com. Thank you.
That's all up to you, my old friend. Will you let your stubborn short-sightedness ruin the entire species?
More silence.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about going to the toilet now, but I don't know if I'm allowed to leave my run. I feel like that's rude.
Alex, my dear, you have your mother's eyes, but your father's.
So this would be the other holy grail besides Red Letter Day skip?
Yeah, kind of. I don't think this one's so possible.
Not really.
Yeah, I don't think we know any way to not be in the pod here. we can't get through the previous map without getting in the pods. We're kind of just stuck. However, we are coming up to the end of it now, the end of this massive series of waiting. So basically, if you remember how we got no clip earlier on in the run, the time that we didn't cheat, just to clarify, the other time, we did it by getting a vehicle deleted and being in the exit animation of it while it was being deleted. So we can do that again here in a bit of a different way. Basically, this pod that we're in is set to get deleted at some point, and we're going to be save loading to delay that until it happens while we're exiting the vehicle, basically. So, by doing that, it gets us no clip, and we can kind of just fly through the map instead of doing anything here.
What do you think you're doing?
We're doing what I could never do alone. We're stopping you. Yes.
Guards, get in here.
I'll give you guys a better camera angle, I'm sorry.
Has anybody been paying attention to the story?
Oh, you know, there's stuff happening, I'm sure. Somebody's worked out some headcanon of how this game's playing out from the speedrun.
Yeah, and the dialogue playing over itself.
Yeah, I mean, there's something that's happening. Okay. Oh, whoops, that's the wrong button.
Watch out, he's gonna.
I think that should be okay. Yep, I think that's good. All right, so we just saved loot a bunch of times, and now we're in no clip. So we're gonna head up. We're gonna go up here. Our fizz gun kind of drops here because it's
and time's coming up. Time's coming up. Get ready.
Yeah, I'll tell you when. Don't worry. I will actually tell you this time. Okay, so we just shoot all the orbs in. We can go down and see what's going on down here.
Where's Breen? Go find Breen.
No, I can't. I better actually say it. This is faster. This is important.
Damn it.
Come on, Gordon. Let's go.
Let's go. All right.
Gordon.
we can just
Merge the bodies.
And time, by the way. Oh, we can still move.
Yeah, we can still no clip.
Yeah, so the game's ended and we're not really meant to be able to do this, but we can kind of just go in here and like die. The cutscene, the credits will still finish. Everything will still go on. But yeah, we could just die. So yeah, guys, thanks for having me, guys. It was good fun. Good memes.
Enjoy Celeste.
Yeah, Celeste is going to be good coming up. Make sure you guys stick around for that. Shout out to all the boys at Source Runs. Yeah,